It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity.
If we are one grain of sand in the middle of the ocean, can you try to understand how our touch can cause explosions? Rise up, I'm too great to be landed. Rise up, we're too great to be standing.
They ain't never gonna stop us, fly at 'em like choppers, better cook those risks, cold blood in my fists, we fire starters, one out of a million will reach those heights, always gonna feel that I won't deny, not what, never toss, look in my eyes, I'm on the rocks, rise. Rise, cutting my size, trying to make sense of it all comprised. Yeah, highs, spinning these skies. I was stuck down, feeling paralyzed, but I'm up now. We all too late to fall. Yeah, anyone coming, I'ma lift them all. Never look down when there's risk involved. I got guts, gotta learn, I gotta wish it all. Ain't got no feelings, we just floating. Yeah, I'm that grain of sand that made it out the ocean. A couple milli now, I'm causing a commotion. I've been coasting, hear my name around the world like an explosion.
So rise up, rise up. We are the apocalypse, and a pill that keeps us floating. As we fly above the stars, the light won't scare us falling. So rise up, I'm too great to be landed. Rise up.
So you better run. Run fast for your mother, run fast for your father, run for your children, for your sisters.
One out of a million will reach those heights, always gonna feel that I won't deny, not what, never toss, look in my eyes, I'm on the rocks, rise.
Try your luck and take a chance. Get for the risks in this moment. Take my hand and break my heart. I'll never walk this road again. Stumbling steps grow to a dance where things change forever. There's no regrets, only the past. Will I change? Never. So swing me around, take me down. You won't break me, I'm too strong. Keep saying it wrong, I'll play along, but I will never be a victim. So swing me around, take me down. You won't break me, I'm too strong. Keep saying it wrong.
a disaster, a reckoning. You wonder how I got this way. You think I'm someone to be saved, someone to clean up and tame. Oh, some things never change, never change. Oh. You think I would look pretty on your arm once you cover up my bruises and battle scars, but it always ends the same. Can't bear the things I've had to face, got you crying on your knees in pain. Oh, some things never change, never change. Oh, you break your back to make me feel again, suffocate to make me breathe again, lose your mind from endless pain. Some things never change, never change. Oh, redemption never came. I stopped asking for forgiveness, cause you should know only fools tread where the angels fear to go, but you keep trying to get too close. Save myself by turning into stone, so save your judgment cause you just don't know. But some things never change, never change. Oh, they say I should feel guilty and change my ways, leaving crumpled bodies in my wake. Swear I didn't mean to make them break, swear I didn't mean to make them break. But they're so delicate and so mundane, and they keep coming like a moth to a flame. Oh, some things never change, never change. You break your back to make me feel again, suffocate to make me breathe again, lose your mind from endless pain. Some things never change, never change. Oh, redemption never came.
You make me move, you make me dance, you make my heart beat super fast. You lift me up, you make me laugh. Baby, you're the best I ever had. You're the best I ever had. You're the best I ever had. Best I ever had. You're the best I ever had. Best I ever had. You're the best I ever had. You make my heart beat super fast. Super fast, super fast.
You make my heart beat super fast.
What does love feel like? What does love feel like? You're the best I ever had. You're the best I ever had. Best I ever had. You're the best I ever had. Best I ever had. You're the best I ever had. You make my heart beat super fast.
You make my heart beat, you make my heart beat, you make my heart beat super fast. You make my heart beat super fast.
there's no way to slow it down. We're all dreamers, dreaming of the good life, but there's nothing that nice on the cards for us. It's alright though, 'cause we can have a good time, and we don't worry if it's dangerous. So take this ride and hold on tight. We're gonna live forever now, and side by side, we don't need light. We're gonna live forever now. You feel that touch and all the love, it makes us live forever now. We don't look up, we rise above. We're gonna live forever now. We're gonna live forever now. We've come so far, but it wasn't without a fight. We share these scars, but they won't keep us out of sight. We're all dreamers, dreaming of the good life, but there's nothing that nice on the cards for us. It's alright though, 'cause we can have a good time, and we don't worry if it's dangerous. So take this ride and hold on tight. We're gonna live forever now, and side by side, we don't need light. We're gonna live forever now. You feel that touch and all the love, it makes us live forever now. We don't look up, we rise above. We're gonna live forever We're gonna live forever now. Some shooting stars, can't buy those fancy cars, down by the boulevard, nobody cares tonight. We know that life is hard, not like the movie stars, but we know who we are in our broken paradise. We're gonna live forever now.
Filtered bodies slowly covering the light. Pull the trigger every night to stay alive. Hope is wishing, but you're running out of time. If I could only read your mind. Read your mind. If I could only
myself and your affection. I'm going numb, losing our perfection. Don't take it lightly. We could die in the moment, lost in slow motion. We could die in the moment. We won't get away this time. No, we wasted all our brighter days. So close your eyes, the storm is coming one last time. Our hope is washed away. Now I'm left to stand and watch us fade away. I watch us just fade. I watch us fade. I watch us
same old town. I wonder if it fades away, haunting me now. All the things I heard you say, but I know in the end you'll wish to take it back, and you'll hope a part of me wants to never let. So long now. I have found a way to break free from you and I. So long now. I have found a way to break free from you down. Everything I heard was true, but I know in the end your wish to take it back ain't no home. A part of me wants to let it back. So no, I have found a way to break free from you and I. So no, I have found a way to break free from you and I. You and I. We collide into light, then the flames turn to dust. Future past was clash, but there's no end to us. I keep on falling, keep on crawling back into your arms. Bound to you, I never knew that love could be so dark. Why can't I survive the tries? I try to cut the cord, but you're pulling me tight. Why can't I break and divide the part of me that makes us you and I? If this is
just to break it. You thought that I would need it back, but you didn't know that I faked it. No tears, no heart attack, leave it all behind. Love me a new one. I won't waste my time. Fuck you, oh, let me show you how. Find me another. You can't break me down. Under the covers.
right? Everybody's talking about Luna Classic.
I don't know what zone they're in right now, but I wish they'd get out of that zone and get up a little higher. I'm
So,
ready to
all
see
right,
the
guys.
green.
So here we go. Luna Classic. Luna Classic, right, is working its thing. It's working its magic. Luna Classic right now is coming out of hitting that 3 zeros, 21, 98, 3, and then retested it again, but got strong buyer sentiments and pushed to the upside, ladies and gentlemen, all the way up to under 4 hours. We got the 3 zeros 25, ladies and gentlemen. And right then and there, it closed. They tried to push it back down, they couldn't. Mr. Market Maker couldn't do anything because the buyers are bullish. Ladies, I said bullish on Luna Classic right now, right? So right now, if you want to place a long, not financial advice, on Luna to 0.302986.5, man, that's a good one. That would be a good one. But that's not financial advice. That's for me to use my money on. And but that's it. We're gonna keep playing that game. So we hit it. We hit that zone once. Then we went up to the 30, right? 0.303074.8. Ran out of gas and came back down, but not to 21. We came to 23. 0.3023618.
24-hour volume is 922.49 million. Market cap is 1.63 billion.
Freaking
99.1% up for the week. 145% up. So we are doing excellent.
Can we say reeking, Ricky? Say reeking, not stinking. Reeking 1 trillion. Luna Classic is trying to go to 1 trillion ASAP. So right now, right, it's working its way up. So it's gonna come up one more time, and then we're gonna see another pullback to come down to test somewhere in between that 3022 possibly, right? And back up to the where we at in the 24 and 23.9 zone, right? To
Explain
shoot
to
up,
the people.
to
Explain
shoot
to the
up.
people how you see that.
We're seeing this on the 4-hour chart. On the 4-hour chart. So you see right now we got a green candle on the 4-hour chart. Luna Classic. Currently at 2481. And count. Up and down. Give or take.
How do you know that it'll go to 22 to retest? Can you explain? Because I'm not too familiar with that.
So on the 4-hour chart, right? Do you see that the red candle?
Yeah, at 20, the bottom's at 22.
2198.3. 2198.3. Right? 2198.3. That's the low.
All right.
That's your new low for Luna Classic. Your high low is at 0.3023618. That's when Mr. Market Maker tried to take control, but he couldn't, right? And we broke out to the upside. So now, in theory, it's gonna tell you it's UPKA, because if we did a 1, if you go back on the 4-hour now, where this all began, right? At that green candle, right? We got a rejection as soon as we touched 2986.5 on Luna Classic, on that green vector candle, right? On the closing, we tried to come back. The buyer sentiments were so strong, we came back. But Mr. Market Maker committed so much liquidity to the short, to the downside. Don't forget that, right? We're always going to have commitment to the downside. We're always going to have the non-believers that we're not in a little, what I said it was a 10 degree. Now we're on a 20 degree trajectory. Sooner or later, will be somewhat of a 45, damn near 75-degree 45 trajectory angle. And that's a beautiful thing. We're recovering from a dead zone. It takes time. We're doing the slow, but we're doing the slow building support along the way. So the last levels of support that we had, it was from 0.40, ladies and gentlemen, 98.15 to 0.30, 10.25. That was the zone we kept playing at. And once in a blue moon, Mr. Market Maker would get lucky and take it to 12 and dump it. Right? But if you were paying yourself at 10.25, you know, you might have been paying yourself short. But that was the time to be looking out for the market in the pullback. And that's what I kept saying during that time. What has changed? Nothing, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing has changed. Because if you see, the market has jumped and ticked all the way up and moved. And what it's starting to do now, it's starting to find a comfort zone. Because it's not healthy for Luna Classic to just continue to pump it up. It's not building no support. Where's the commitment? It can't be all to the upside. So then that means sooner or later there would be a massive amount of liquidity to the shorts and commitment that Mr. Market Maker would have to bring it back down to. So the higher we go, the bigger the crash. So what Luna Classic is doing is the best and the healthiest thing possible Luna Classic can do. And also to show that it's not a rug pull, it's not a dump and pump. It's something that you want to hold somewhat of a long term. You know, the higher we go to collect your profit, the bigger the crash. Even if you're not over, what Luna Classic is doing is the best and the healthiest
It
thing
runs up
possible.
non-stop and never pulls back.
And also to show
when
that
it decides to fall, it'll
it's not
fall
a
all the
rug
way down
pull,
to the last
it's
retest,
not a dump
right?
and pump. Yes, it's something that you want to hold somewhat of a long term. So, you know, a perfect example of it on the 4 hour chart, right? If you go back to 8:14,
It runs up
right?
non-stop and never pulls back.
Day
And
8:14, there's a green candle on that day,
it's not
right?
all the way down to the last
It's not a
retest,
dump.
right?
The market shot up. It's something that you want to hold somewhat of a long term. So, you know, a perfect example of it, 4 hour chart, right? If you go back 30, 11, 25, right? That was the introduction. Day 8:14. There's a green candle that Mr. Market Maker. But the market shot up long term from, right? Somewhat of a long term. So then, if you guys are with me, you guys see it 4-0, even on 4 hours, right? If you go back, see the 8.11, right? That was the introduction there on the green, 8.14, the massive pushback, the pushback on this, because the fear came in, right? So even your average Joe, or your die-hard Luna Classic, you guys see it 4-0, had no power. If you go back to 8.11 market maker to commit to the shorts, and that's where he came out and collected his liquidity to the short. When you go back now, when you go to 8.17, right? That's when Mr. Market Maker came to collect all his shorts. And that was at 4.090. After that, what happened? What I've been preaching. That zone that they kept playing with for about, they played that zone for a while. You know what I'm saying? Now what's the new zone to be played with? See what I'm saying? So the new zone to be played with. So now, do you see the new zone again here? It
The
has
new
appeared
zone
again.
is 3 zeros 3804.
Hallelujah! Ricky gets it.
And then the low would be,
It's not there yet.
yeah, it's not there yet.
See, Mr. Market Maker is trying to collect commitments to the longs, at the same time start reserving some type of shorts to the bottom in commitments for a safe haven. But Luna Classic is something that Mr. Market Maker is not trying to crash because it sees more money to the upside in liquidations and continue to commit the market to make longer commitments than the market is doing shorts. Not flooding, keeping sentiments alive across people paid. If you think Luna doesn't have manipulation from billionaires like the market does in any other stock, you got to be out of your mind. Because you have billionaires who had their money in this. You don't think they want to get some of their money back? Some of those billionaires didn't even take their money out because they also had other billions.
So in other words, this is not an easy play for the downside to short it, right?
No, because especially right now, oh no, whoever shorted, let's say, we'll go back at any point on the chart. Whoever shorted, did it ever go back?
Never went
You know
back.
what I'm saying?
Yeah. It went down and tested it, but it never came back. It never came back to that level.
819, right? Was at 8089.
Wow.
So now if you're shorting from 819 till 92, that's almost a whole month waiting for Luna to come back to the short. So that means you're out of the game. You're not losing money, but you're not making money. If you put $1,000 down there, you still have $1,000 right now. And if you stop that short, then if let's say you put $1,000 there and you didn't short it and you didn't long, you just held it. Well, now maybe you have, let's say, $1,000 plus. So now the guy who shorted, right, and is waiting now, right? Let's say we were at the 0.30384, right? And the guy who just stuck around and he sold his 1,000, he made 1,000. Now the guy that went short, he doesn't get to see none of that action. He only gets to see that action when the market comes down. So sometimes people stop their shorts, right? Stop when they're short, get their money back, $1,000, and now your $1,000, you're up here. You're in the market now at 0.3084 with $1,000. Meanwhile, Ricky's up there with $1,000 too, but Ricky also just sold his other $1,000 because he just took profit. It's like he's just coming back in the game. You were out of the action the whole time. Now, if you would have shorted it when it went, if you would have came in at, we'll do it recently, okay? Boom, you would have came in right here at 14. If you would have came in at 3014 and sold it at 3030, well, you double, right?
Yeah.
Double your money. So now you dump. But you don't run a short, a long short. You would have ran a short now instead of, instead of the 2021 that it came to, right? Then you would have ran a short to 22, 23. Boom. Paid yourself, and now you want to take a long, right? 28, pay yourself. right? And on the 4-hour, we're trying to close on the green candle. So, does it correlate with what I'm saying, running along right now? Okay, so hump not dump is gonna be the new indicator. So
What time frame do we look at for the hourly? Oh, you look at the hour chart for the hour candle?
I'm on the 4-hour chart.
But I mean, it just turned 11 o'clock, and on the hour the candle's green. So, 4 hour.
Because now there goes your three. There goes your 3 touch to the bottom. There goes. All right. It came down to 22. It came down to 21.98.3. Then it came down Then it came down on the green. Closed on the 4-hour. It closed on the red at 21.98.3. Then we closed on the green at 22.29.3. And now we came back, right? To try to break. We came back a third time to break that 21 resistance, right? And we couldn't. Well, not us. Mr. Market Maker couldn't break it. The buyer.
I'm not seeing nothing.
No. No, I'm not doing it because it echoes too much on my end. Yeah. Right, I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm telling you, we're going up. Yeah, but you also got to remember, different exchanges have different. I'm on Webull. You see what I'm saying? No, different exchanges are gonna have different prices, slightly off.
I was trying to find that screen where I can find it.
But all it's so Edward. It really doesn't matter. It's the same chart all across the board, right? Mine, give or take fractions, but the candles are telling you the story. In the 4-hour, right? In the 4-hour, it's saying that we are going up because we already did 3 touch to the bottom to try to break that 0.302198.3 to the bottom. That's your lows, your new support, bottom support, last support. Now we broke that and the line of resistance at 2361. So that's an indicator. 3 touch to the bottom, try to break the bottom, it couldn't. Now we are in control. The buyers are in control right now.
All across the board up to the bottom 3 times.
We see, we went down once, we went down twice, so that 21. And now, you see what I'm saying? On that 23,618 zone, the market maker tried to bring it down there, couldn't hold it. We pushed them back up. Then he sent the mass pressure back down one last time to see if he can break that 21.98 zone, right? He couldn't because of the buying pressure was so strong, it even broke the line of resistance. That was at 0.302361.8, pushing it towards the 3025, right? and
Yeah.
higher. Because if you look back now, remember the other further back when I was showing you how it made that high and then it was looking for a low. We haven't found the low yet, or it hasn't so revealed itself. So we have to go up now one more time to break the upside, right? To then to verify if 2198 is going to become our new low.
So we have to break 30804.
Yeah, one time, just one time.
And if it breaks 30804 and it goes 30805, that's still breaking the upside, right?
If we break it just one time to 31 and close it there, then it's Yupikaya to the upside. We're gonna do a big hop. Let me see to where is the next zone at though, and then we'll start doing we'll start doing the same thing all over again.
On the 1 minute, there's a big old line there fixing to jump. Thinking it's going to jump down a little bit to about 24.7, 24.6. Horizontal on the 4 hour. So on the 4,
Okay,
on the 4
so
hour
now
chart, is that a double flagpole? Yeah, there you go. Double pennant.
yep, that's what that is. You see it right there.
So
You
there's
see
a
the
double
flag,
pennant to the upside and a pennant to the downside.
right, and the double flag.
Right. So even though it's a pennant to the downside, that doesn't mean that it's going to go down. It's just meaning that they were trying to push it down.
They were trying to push it down.
You know, when I started on here, not this show per se, but watching charts,
Yeah,
I was basically just watching lines move up and down. I didn't have a clue to what I was looking at. I was just saying, "Oh, it's going up. Oh, it's going down. Oh, it's going up, down." But now
yeah,
that I've been on different shows, I've been talking to you, Crypto Winner, forever on the phone. I learned and learned and learned and soak it all up. Now I've learned what to look for and how to look for it. So I'm not just watching lines, squiggly lines going up and down. And I used to get on here and say, oh, the 4 hour chart, well, it's not as much of a squiggly line. I had no idea what I was looking at.
bro, this shit is about to go up.
Yeah, I was thinking that, but
You heard
on
me?
the one,
No. This thing just hit a curve. Yeah. So now, no way. So it's just, but yeah, no, we're that's more in the more in the deep. So right now, right, yeah, we're in the middle of that little small pullback, trying to get out of it, right? Gonna continue this little sideways action for a little bit here and there. Continue to get a couple of commitments to the short, a little bit more. See if we can get around in this zone. More commitment right here. This 23.24, right?
are you watching the Weeble chart?
Yeah.
So look at the 1 minute and tell me why it does that all the time. You'll know what I'm talking about when you see it. What it's doing right this minute. No, it's going, the lines are going sideways. Like the RSI lines are just going sideways. Now it's when it just dropped all the way down to 24,350
Right.
and building back up.
There you go. Because that's the minute. This you're seeing it in little late because the market is getting it within seconds. The market gets it from 0 to 59 seconds. Mr. Market Maker is doing his thing, and then in a minute, that's when we come in at. You see what I'm saying? So that sideways movement that you saw during that 59 seconds, that was indecisive moments that the market maker did not really know what to do in those seconds.
Oh,
So the best thing to do is at the last minute, don't.
yeah.
right?
It didn't up that far though, but I mean, it did go down, but it didn't go past the 24,250 because that's our strong.
No, because yeah. So now new candle opens on the 1 minute, and we'll see. But now let's go on the 4 hour now again. So the 4 hours the one telling the story. So if we close on a green candle on the 4 hour and open it back up on the green candle, we're opening up in the green right now.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
See what I'm saying? Because that is all the liquidity Mr. Market Maker now is starting to collect. Running shorts. You see how I dropped from 24.84.5 to 24.34.7? Right? Brittany in the house. Thank you for being here, Brittany. Thank you for being here, Brittany. So you see how Mr. Market Maker dropped and started now creating a little small pool down there of liquidity from 0.30's 24.84.5 to 0.30's 24.34.7. That's on the 1 minute. So constantly he's trying to build the liquidity. If we go back on that 4 hour zone, that liquidity zone that I'm talking about is going to be at that 0.302198.3 to the 25. If Mr. Market Maker is, well, no, he's not lucky. He knows what he's doing. So Mr. Market Maker is also, the zone is going to be 0.302525.3, right? And 0.302198.3. That's the zone that Mr. Market Maker right now is collecting liquidity and commitment to the shorts. And people who are buying in right now.
Man, it's dropping hard. I mean, not dropping hard, but it's...
Right? So
where is Brittany at?
This is the commitment that Mr. Market Maker needs. It needs liquidity down here, right? But you notice it's not breaking the 23.61.8 resistant line that I was saying that we broke out of. Bullishly, we broke out of it earlier today.
It's at 24.230. Our previous was, the one before was 24.230, and ours now is at 24.210.
We're gonna stay at this zone for a little bit because Mr. Market Maker is trying to collect liquidities right here in the zone. 21.98, 30.2198 to 30.25. This is the liquidity zones for the shorts that he's trying to commit to. Sooner or later right now, Mr. Market Maker is gonna start just letting it roll. And happy days. Everybody's gonna start buying and taking longs to the upside. This is the time where you want to set up a long, not financial advice. That's what you want to do. But it's not a good time, from what I'm seeing, not financial advice, to run a short on Luna Classic. Don't buy the top and sell the bottom.
Oh.
So to those of you who don't have Luna Classic right now, right? Don't buy the top and sell the bottom. Not financial advice, but don't wait till after the merge to start getting curious. Don't wait until the burning tax is implemented.
Buying right now would be about a good time.
Right now is the best time.
Not financial advice, but anytime below the 0.3030 would be a good time to buy, in my opinion.
My opinion, 0.30, 0.40, great opportunity. And if the charts are telling us anything, is that wherever Luna left, it's not coming back. It's not came back. Not one time. Whatever new lows it creates, it leaves them behind in the dust. So we're looking to make one bullish run right now. Listen to what I'm telling y'all. We're looking to make one bullish run right now to the 29.86 on Luna and break that line and stay in that zone and try to break 30.84. Right? Not 28, not 30.84. Let me say that clearly. We're going bullish right now up to 0.30, 30, 80. Let me say it again. 0.3030804. That's where Luna's going right now, bullish to the upside. Solid, guaranteed, not financial advice. 0.3029865. That's
Now, when I
the
look at
ticket
this,
on the train.
I'm looking at the wrong chart.
Yeah, my ticket on my train, it says 0.3029865. Not last stop, but that's next stop on my train ticket.
So on the 4 hour, the last low was 3-0-11-975, right?
Yep.
And our last high was 3-0-30-804.
Yes. Right now, our new.
You gotta look at the 4 hour to determine your high and your low, correct?
Somewhat with Luna, but from the 4 to the, you got to play with the 1 minute on Luna. You got to play from the 1 minute and up, but you can't go past the. You can't really go past the weekly. I mean, you can't even go into the weekly on Luna.
When you look at the 1
As far
minute,
as chart,
the
as
last
far
low,
as chart,
the last low that it shows is 24,135, and now it's at 24,20.
I believe, like,
And dropping.
to get somewhat clarity, the most you can look at is the 4 hour chart on Luna, right? And take the 4 hour chart as your daily chart on Luna.
Yeah, it went to a low on the 1 minute to 23,870 bounced.
Yeah, I look at it as a daily chart, but running on a 4 hour time. That's how I see it, and then schedule everything down in a similar fashion to try to work the charts into Luna Classic, because it's everything above the 1 day is just obsolete.
Just because of the crash.
Yeah. So look at the 4. Yeah, look at the 4 hour as a 1 day movement, on as if it was a 1 day movement. That's how much volatility and money and action is going on.
Well, on the 4 hour, the last candle now is red. Not a full candle.
What on a 4 hour?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not that's better for us. That's showing the strength that we got, because the candlestick, it didn't even come down to touch the 3023 zone. You know what I'm saying? We're keeping them above it. We're actually controlling it because we're holding them at where we closed it, where we brought the prices up. We brought the prices up, right? The last 4 hours, we brought the prices up to 24.13.5 and closed it. Mr. Market, then we pushed it all the way up to 24, but Mr. Market Maker is in control right now. He's trying to push it down, but he couldn't.
Well, Mr. Market Maker,
We're giving him hell right now.
I believe Mr. Market Maker, Mr. Hump Not Dump, I'll let you have the stage because I'm going to do a bit.
Yeah, I'm going to bed too, guys, but it's happy days because this thing is going to the moon, y'all. It's going up. I'll send you the picture later, Ricky, too, of that green line I'm always talking about.
All right.
My secret weapon that tells me everything in the map, in the
And
charts.
I'm sending you a photo as we speak of what I was talking about.
Yeah,
And then
sideways action that we're about to start seeing.
The one that I don't know where you went. Here you go. The lines I was talking about, but you probably won't be able to see it right now, but maybe you will. You can look at it real quick.
That was it.
Messenger. It does that. It does that constantly. I'll send it on Messenger. That's only on the 1 minute. It does that.
Right, I know the big sideways and then it dumps and it just starts building these blocks and it just
Yeah.
starts going back up. The separation. Yeah, you're gonna see that because that's that you have 59 seconds of the market that you are absent for. You're coming in at the 1 minute.
Oh, okay, got you. I get
All
it
right.
now. I got it.
Yeah, they got a leg up on us. You're seeing it at the 1 minute.
It's fixed on the 1 minute. This thing is fixing to rise up like no tomorrow.
Yeah, but that action did not begin at 1 minute. It began at 0. And that's where, yeah, hedge fund management, Mr. Market Maker, all these big dudes, and they're in there doing a thing for that time. Then us with our little simple exchanges, like FTX and all them jokers. Yeah, they're in the first 59 seconds.
And we're
You know?
gonna need to get Brittany to come on here one time so we can see who we're talking to.
Everybody's welcome on the chat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We need more female influencers too. Voice your opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Big
I will-
facts.
I
All
will
right,
see you
guys.
tomorrow. Good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, good night.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Crypto Talk Now. I am your current host, aka Maximus. This is Do Your Own Research with Max. Larry is out another night. He's not feeling too well still, unfortunately. He'll be back at some point, maybe tomorrow, maybe Labor Day. I don't know, but that's okay. I'm more than glad to be able to fill in for him, to say the least. And I'm just going to take a moment basically to mute myself on some of these other ones. All right. So before we kick things in, I just want to state we're going to have a great show. We're going to talk about Luna Classic. We're going to talk about one that you may not have heard before. I'm not going to spill the beans on what it is. There's only one guy who knows what it is because he wanted me to take more of a look into it, but it's pushing up into the top 100. And on top of that, we're also going to talk a little bit about Cardano, believe it or not. Some things happening with Cardano. We need to look more into the ecosystem. And then last but not least, we're going to do some comparing and contrasting with where Shiba Inu was last year, not quite like at this month, but like, nearing the all-time highs. And we're going to compare that, of course, to how Terra Luna Classic is currently at, like, right now, basically. So without further ado, it should be a great show in general. And I can't thank you guys enough for being here during this Labor Day weekend. Hopefully you're enjoying it. I know I am. I actually finally had T-bone steak, and I had a nice salad to go with it. And I'll just say this: I was very, very hungry because I didn't eat a single thing yesterday. Well, I shouldn't say that. I had a very small bowl of Trix cereal early in the morning because at the schools, they have like a little breakfast that everybody can have, but it was the size for like a little fifth grader. So yeah. Needless to say, I was glad to be able to eat something. But all right, without further ado, let's go ahead and kick it right into the comments to recognize our wonderful community that we have here today. So I'm going to start things off with a congratulations to Tim Shea, who says, hey, well, guess what? Congratulations, you won absolutely nothing. Remember that? Of course you did. Thank you, Tim. And let's go with the next one. Blue Whale Ricky, look who it is. It's Blue Whale Ricky telling you to get off his lawn, because if you stay on it too long, it's going to create these spots, and he don't want that. All right. Good to see you, Ricky. Briltony says, hello. Hello back to you, Briltony. The handsome one, 350Z, Nissan. Could it be a Datsun? Could it be a Nissan? Well, if it's a 350, it's definitely a Nissan. But anyway, good to see Jeff Pruden. It was great talking to you last night, my friend. And I mean that, you're a friend for sure. We had a great talk. It was really great to speak to not just yourself, but you know what? I think more people need to go on the Discord, get to know some of your fellow community members. You'd be surprised how much in common you might have with some of these people. Brian Dowie says, sup, guys. Hi, Brian. Always good to see you. We got Jeff Pruden, who basically states, hope Larry is feeling better tonight. No, he is not. But I don't know. Maybe he needs to go to urgent care or something. Who knows? Tim Shea is giving everybody some love. That is great. Uncle Bam Bam, Briltony, everybody. Uncle Bam Bam with the Kubota tractor. He says, let's see here. Get excited, Crypto Talk Now. Yep, absolutely. Give me just one moment. Okay, sorry about that. Get excited. It's Crypto Talk now. Yeah, let's get excited, everybody. We got a lot to talk about. We'll get into it in just a minute. I promise I won't drag it out too long. Brian Dowley getting everybody love. Mike Cornwell with the yo. With Jim Pruden. Wow. Jeff Pruden. Sorry, apologize. Brian Dowley, Mike C. And Mike Cornwell, 99-cent super chat. Thank you very much. Nice way to get things started. Really, really appreciate it. As usual, to yourself, the Cornwell family. Hope you guys are having a great Labor Day weekend, to say the least. All right. Yep, Mike Cornwell's right. Cardano upgrades are coming. That's why we're talking about it. We don't talk about Cardano on the show that much, but today's the day to talk about some Cardano and the ecosystem and what's going on with that. Why not? There's got to be something that's exciting about it, right? Because it's been kind of a boring time. All right. T-Bone. Okay. Let's see what else we got. Last but not least, we have Sick Ren. Good to see you again, Ren. The news and analytical breakdown of crypto that you cover for us is second to none. Keep it going, Max. Stay safer. Man, thank you so much, man. You showing me some love. Great, compliment. Really appreciate you saying that, That's what makes it all worthwhile, It's a grind, as you guys know. Can't thank you guys enough for being here. And hopefully more people will come. But you know what? The numbers may be down because, let's face it, it is Labor Day weekend. And, people are out with their families, whatever. But you guys chose to be here as a family. So more than appreciate, to say the least. And without further ado, let's go ahead and kick it into gear. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And we're going to see what is going on with all the hot topics of the day. Let me adjust this mic a little bit. All right. It got bumped earlier, but that's okay. All right. So here we go. Start things off the right way. Got to point out things that need to be pointed out. So overall crypto market took a little bit of a dip, but that's fine, right? Especially if you're a person that wants to buy. So if you're a person that wants to buy, you take advantage of opportunities. And like it says, the overall crypto market cap is 976 billion at the moment. Basically speaking, the two big players, which are always Bitcoin and Ethereum, Bitcoin is sitting below that crucial 20,000 mark. We continue this direction. It could very well go down as low as 18.5. We covered that a while back. You'll see a temporary pullback for maybe 2 to 3 days, and then we could go into the other direction of where things could really start kicking into high gear. However, I'm not a fortune teller, but I will state that if that happens, you see things kicking into what I call high gear, keep in mind, it could just be a relief rally. We live in a time where at a moment's notice, something could happen to basically affect the market. You know that, I know that. That's just the way it is, especially when it comes to this bear market. Top of that, Ethereum is sitting okay for the most part. It is very crucial, or very near that crucial $1,500 support level. One thing worthy to point out, could it drop below that? Yes, it could very well drop below that. How do I know that? Well, if you're like me, you get notifications. If you're like me, one of those notifications, believe it or not, could be from Bitmart of all places. Even though I'm not a huge fan of Bitmart, I will say they do a good job of giving notifications. And another one that gives me notifications quite often, which I am a fan of, is the centralized exchange of KuCoin. So I get them from both of those. You guys use CMC, Crypto.com, whatever you use. We all have our outlets. That's not the point. Next, I want to point out some things I saw on my watch list. Number one, okay, is not Yeti Coin. That's just there. But anyway, is Lunatics. Okay, so Lunatics is aka Lunati. It is doing fairly well. We've had, of course, a small handful of our community basically who have reported that they do indeed like Lunatics. They get paid with the rewards token of Luna Classic, I should say rewards token. This is a rewards token as a Luna T, but they do get rewards from Luna Classic. I didn't even sound right either, did it? Anyway, but they have confirmed that they do, in fact, get rewards, to say the least. On top of that, for instance, hold on a second, I gotta pause this. Okay, sorry about that. On top of that, it just, it's doing fairly well. I mean, up about 47% on the week. It's worthy to note. Unfortunately, I will say this. Unfortunately, I hold Clifford Inu. Wow, what a bunch of crap that is. I hate to say it. But it is having a pump. But look at the pump. I want to point some of this garbage out. Am I flooding my own bag? Call it whatever you want. I overpaid for this like a lot of other people did. It says volume up's 99%, but I'm going to show you the difference real quick between what looks like a healthy chart from a low cap project, right? And we're going to do some comparing and contrasting with something that's just, there's something weird going on, right? So here's Lunatics, okay? And for the most part, it looks pretty healthy, right? It looks natural, okay? We'll do 7-day. Very natural. That's what a chart technically should look like, even though it's not the most beautiful thing, right? Fair enough. You get the Clifford Inu on here, man. Look at this. Does that look healthy? Or does that look like somebody is manipulating that? Looks like somebody's manipulating that, right? And this is the things that we like to cover here. This is basically some dev going in and removing, moving things around. Without even taking a deeper dive, I can tell you two things are going on. Either they're moving liquidity around, or if this was Token Sniffer, for instance, the part where it says, on the contract, like to be able to do things like change the fees or mint new tokens, or just, you get what I'm saying? This is what's going on from the dev team. You always got to be wary of crap like this. And it really, really ticks me off, to say the least. Now, I know there's some things supposedly going on, which they're trying to change some things and whatnot. I would never buy another bag of this crap ever again. Yeah, you heard it from me. It's freaking crap, and I hope you don't invest in it. They tick me off like you have no idea. I'm way down on this, and I think I don't even want to get started on that one right now. And I'm not. So we're moving on. Back to the watch list. Actually not the watch list, the top 100. So I want to show you guys this. For the 24 hours, the top 100. Again, we mentioned Filecoin every now and then. Filecoin is one that you could pretty much say during the bear market, at least once a month, has decent pumps. So if you are that guy who's in, I don't know if you want to call it the minority or not, swing trade or whatever, you do pretty decent on Filecoin. That is a given. Another one we want to shout out. Yeah, you want to shoit that out? No, I'm kidding. All right, another one we want to point out is Axie Infinity is worthy of a mention. It's up about 11% during this bear market. Is it an opportunity for you? It could be. I will look more into what's going on how they're going to recover their losses and how they're going to appeal to the likes of, other countries out there, like particularly those in Southeast Asia, some of the Pacific Island areas like the Philippines, right? Because they ruined it for themselves with that strong Filipino base that they had. And it's like shame on them for what they did. I'm not going to get more deep into it. You can look more into it. But if you are the type of person to recognize Axie Infinity and where it was and where it currently is, it's still a big opportunity. Same with Smooth Love Potion, right? The in-game currency, if you will, of Axie Infinity. Still a big opportunity. I'm not going to highlight that right now. Of course, there's a little bit of what's going on with Celsius. Celsius is up about 69% on the average for the 7-day. And of course, we're going to get into Cardano. Now, before we jump into both Luna Classic and Cardano, we're going to go recognize the community just a little bit more, see what kind of questions and comments you have, and then we'll kick it back into that segment. All right. So here we got you guys just giving each other some love, which is great. I did mention that the Cardano upgrades were coming. I just lost my spot. That's about all that happened. Sorry about that. This is where I was at last with your compliment. Thank you again. Blue O Ricky, where's Crypto Mike? Rafael Santos, always good to see you. Good day, Crypto Talk Now family. Good day, Sir Max. How's Sir Larry doing? Sir Larry is not feeling well. He's sick still. I'm still not completely over what I have. I don't know if I'll ever get over it now. I don't know. I might have to go actually just go to a hospital or something, see what's really, really going on. I don't know. One of those things. Jeff Prudamax, I was looking over Google ads for YouTube videos. What do you think about putting up some ads about the channel to get more followers? Yeah, we thought about it many times, but you know, like anything, it's an investment. Everything's an investment, but it's just trying to hit that target audience the right way. There's ones that claim to do it for you. You got to find the ones that are going to really, really do it the right way, to say the least. But it's been something I've been thinking about. Let's see. Chaka Crypto. Yo, what up, everyone? Max, you're the man. Don't forget to hit that like button, people. Thanks, Chaka. Really appreciate it. If you guys aren't subscribed to Chaka, check him out. He provides great content. He's a guy that is grinding it out like ourselves. But yeah, by all means, check him out. Very good, great individual who is passionate about crypto. So check out Chaka Crypto when you get a chance. Thanks, Chaka. Appreciate it. And let's see. Samuel Hook. Good to see you, Samuel. How's everyone doing? Everyone is well. Hope you're enjoying the 3-day weekend. Hopefully you get a 3-day weekend. You guys all saying what's up to each other. This is great. Let's see. Samuel Hook says, I love making money when I DCA into the dips looking healthy. Yeah, absolutely. That's the way I look at it too. You know, I'm up on some things. And then, of course, there's Clifford Enoch, where it's like down like 97%. I don't know. Maybe something great will happen, but it ain't going to happen in this market. Maybe I can recover my losses and get back in the green in a bull market where everything, not just in the bull market, I should say, when everything is gone from bull market to a lot of projects are doing all-time highs. That might be what saves that garbage project. Oh, Max, you're not supposed to call anything garbage. Yeah, I might call that garbage. And sorry if you got into it too. It's garbage. All right, let's see here. Let's see. Or in your Nano Leisure Marketplace. I guess we're having a conversation with someone else. That's good. Jetpack Joe 229. No point has ever said anything. Okay. Just having a conversation. That's good. Yeah, you and Brian. That's good. There's nothing wrong with it. All right. I'm gonna kick it down to the last comment, and let's get into, for instance, some of the stuff that I saw earlier. Hold on a second. Got to get the not world famous, but famous among our community, right? The good old fashioned NFT back scratcher. Not really, but anyway. So before we kick into Luna Classic, believe it or not, we are going to talk a little bit about the likes of, for instance, Cardano. And I'm going to go ahead and share this just real quick with you, because it won't be boring or anything like that, I promise. I know some people are like, oh, you got to mention Cardano. Bye, Felicia. I'm out of here, right? No, not that bad, I promise. But, you know, look at this. Let's see. As you can see here, this is the Cardano ecosystem. So if you're wondering just what it looks like, right? This is basically it. I'm gonna scroll more into it. I just need to take a drink of this root beer. I love Barks root beer. You want to know why? Because it has, as I said, the old saying goes, bite. Barks has bite. All right. So DEX liquidity, right? So here's some of it here. Okay. You can kind of see it for the most part. Hopefully you can. I'm gonna go zoom back in. All right. Yeah, you can. That's great. So one of the ones I also saw doing almost the same as Cardano, like literally mirroring Cardano, was Sunday Swap. Now, when we were going to have that whole, some people call it the seal or whatever you want to call it, fork, a while back, was it late 2021 if I'm not mistaken, or maybe even early into 2022. The thing was, we were hoping to see quite a few different projects do well when we were close to those all-time highs back late 2021. And there's other influencers. There's one guy who I still follow. I just haven't seen his videos for the longest time. Matt something, I forgot his name, but anyway, he's one of like the top guys who follows Cardano, right? Can't remember his last name, but anyway, he has a beard. Nice guy, very passionate about Cardano. He was pointing out a few things many months back about Sunday Swap, and I still think there's still some good things with Sunday Swap. Some of you guys are familiar with that, but my point is, a lot of these things that you see that are part of DEX liquidity here are actually like tokenized, right? So for instance, when we go to Cardano, right, we do see it's up a little bit, 5.60%. Volume is 53%. And you may be wondering, well, why even mention this, right? 5% ain't much. It's worthy of mention. If it's Cardano and it's 5%, it's worthy of a mention, because you look more into some of these other things, like what Mike Cornwell was talking about, and then you can kind of put the pieces together, draw the lines, connect the dots, right? Because you get the feeling that some of these things that were taking their sweet time are starting to do things. And if Cardano's doing things, especially its ecosystem, this is very, very good, because these are indicators that Cardano could finally be, I guess you could say, getting the ball rolling finally, like awakening, right? Like this the saying goes, awakening the sleeping giant. Now they're not quite the actual giant yet. That's the hope everybody has, right? That this is a good quality project for the long term. Anybody will tell you that. That's the general consensus of Cardano. It's like it's a retirement plan, if you will. But anyway, I want to show you something like right here. I'm going to type in, like, for instance, Sunday Swap, right? And let me see. Yeah, there it is. So Sunday Swap is sitting at about roughly 2.5 cents. It kind of moves with, almost mimics Cardano, because what? It's actually part of the contract, like we point out, it's part of the ecosystem. And you see this, and you may be wondering, well, what the heck is going on with it? You gotta keep in mind it's a swap. So while I made that whole comment before of like, this garbage going on with Cliffordino, you also got to recognize at the same time that it's not the same type of comparison at all. And there is always going to be things like that in which you're going to say to yourself, like, well, it is, but in reality with this, it isn't. So I just want to point that out. This is also part of the Cardano's ecosystem, but it's not the only one. So that's just one example. But look at all these things that they got going on. With the wallets, Binance wallet. There's some of these other ones I've seen in the past, like what was the other one I saw earlier? BC. Some of you guys are familiar with some of this, some of you are not. Here's what some of the things they have with DeFi, whether you're a fan of DeFi or not. There's Atomic Swap. There's let me think, another one I used to know about, Spectrum. Not the Spectrum you're thinking of for like Larry's, internet or anything. It's a different one. And then on top of that, right, you have the marketplaces. They just have so much going on that at some point, once these projects are done, like really, really getting going, it's going to be really special, to say the least, for Cardano. The biggest one for me that I'm most excited about, maybe you guys are excited about, is Singularity Net. They were featured, for instance, on television, right? So if you're not completely familiar with Singularity Net, I'll show you, for instance, their listing that they have. And, it's still a buy, it's sitting at 4 cents. their contract was with Ethereum, but their smart contract is actually with Cardano. And what I'll show you is, for instance, it's sitting at the high for the year as of last year was 66 cents. We did see a low within the last year, of course, like not that long ago, of 3 cents. It's still a great buying opportunity, not financial advice or anything. If we click on all, I mean, you can see it's been around for a very, very long time, right? And it's just that. I mean, like, for instance, this time, basically last year is what the all-time highs were, literally a year from today. It's one thing I definitely want to point out. It's the top of 500, but this is one I totally see breaking into the top 100. When we go to their actual site, okay, take a look at this. If you haven't seen it before, I'm going to share this with you. Hold on a second. So actually on this one, I'm going to do a stop share because I want you guys to hear it right. And you can't really hear it right unless I do it this particular way. So let's see here. Share tab. And we're going to do it this way. There we go. I know you guys can see this, so we're going to play this, to say the least. Let's get it going. All right, here we go.
The Singularity Net begins the greatest age of progress and exploration in the history of artificial intelligence. We can put together many pieces of smart AI technology into super systems, increasing complexity and stability. It provides a framework for safety and transparency in artificial intelligence while providing privacy for people's personal data.
Right now, there's no platform anywhere in the world that is specifically designed to make it easy for different AIs to communicate with each other, to share data with each other, to make requests of each other, to compensate each other for their work, to rate each other as to how well they did different things.
Sophia is a good platform for bringing together the technologies of artificial intelligence, using Singularity Net as a kind of networking protocol.
You know what we can try next.
The AI code is there, free and open source on the internet right now. It's just hard to find and hard to use. So Singularity Net can complete that connection between AI developers and AI users.
If we achieve Singularity Net the way that we have portrayed it, the way that we have envisioned it, the way that we've engineered it, it will become the single most valuable technology in all of history. This is the chance for us to change the world together. We need participants. We need you, your time, your mind to make this happen. Work with us to realize the beauty and power of Singularity.
All right. So if you've never seen that before, I'll tell you flat out this, all right? And that is, Singularity. Like, if I was never involved in crypto at all and I saw that for Singularity, that would get me excited, to say the least. That looks like something that you would see in some high-tech, like, Netflix documentary or whatever, right? Like something on, not necessarily Discovery Channel, but like maybe National Geographic, things like that. I remember they were actually featured at one point. I don't know if it was on 60 Minutes or CBS, something like that. But they were on TV. They did get a feature. It was really, really cool. But guys, that's just another example. I'm not going to do everything cover everything on Cardano's ecosystem, but that is definitely one that takes the cake for being a shining star for the Cardano ecosystem. So there's a little bit more I just want to point out in regards to the likes of Cardano. And, as far as buying opportunities, like we mentioned before, there is this right here. Again, sitting at 4 cents. As you saw, the all-time lows were like, 0.33. I mean, it's only like a penny higher than the lows. So continuously here at Crypto Talk Now, we want to point out what we feel as though could be buying opportunities for us all, right? And this is one that I feel as though is a great buying opportunity. I can't, of course, officially give you financial advice because that's just the way it is. But what I will state is, even for myself, I mean, this is one that I've had on my watch list for the longest time, and I feel as though like I need to have a bag of this because I'm trying to do what? Just like you guys, I'm trying to prepare in these times for the bull market. And I totally see this. I mean, like, I'll just call it, this is not a 2x. This is at least like a 3 or quadruple, like a 4x for me. Some people say, well, how can you say that? Like, I'm not going to even say it's a 2x. I'm saying it like literally, I really feel it's at least a 3x. And as far as the time frame, I would definitely say after we get into the bull market. Not right at the bull market, but like well into the bull market, maybe 2 or 3 months into it. Things like this just simply make sense. If you look more into it yourself, you will see why I feel that way. If you're interested in getting into one of these Cardano smart contracts, which is Singularity Net, aka AGIX, AGIX, the ticker symbol, again, it's a top 500. You can get this pretty much anywhere. So you can get it off Binance, KuCoin. I shouldn't say anywhere. I could have sworn at one point it was on crypto.com. Well, I apologize. But even if you happen to have a bunch of ETH in your whatever wallet you're using, Coinbase wallet, MetaMask, Trust Wallet, and so on. I mean, heck, you could use it for that if you wanted to. But yeah, there you have it. I think it's a very good play, to say the least. And I really like what they're trying to do. That is very, very impressive with what they got going on, like with the robots and the AI just in general. All right. One last thing one last two things I should say I want to point out in regards to that is not just the infrastructure. I mean, I forgot to even mention the infrastructure. So, I mean, their ecosystem is so incredibly vast. At the end of the day, if you don't understand the terminology, if you're new to this, when I say like the ecosystem is so vast, it is just that. But if you think about it, all we need is just a few of these projects, right? Whether it's Singularity, whether it's some of these things in DeFi, to be the shining stars of the Cardano ecosystem. And it helps big time, to say the least. And of course, people who buy Cardano and the native coin/token, that's a whole other story in itself. But you want to see strong ecosystems, and Cardano is basically just that. It's like, in the future, it should be the core, one of the top ones out there for having a good quality ecosystem with great quality projects. If anything, your takeaway should be the quality of these projects, not like, oh, these are just garbage projects. No. So of course they have launch pads and so on. That's not the point. One of the last things I want to point out is how many different metaverse projects are in their ecosystem, right? Some of these, of course, might outshine others. Some of these you may recognize compared to others. That's not the point. I'm not going to even read all of these. I mean, you can see some of these for yourself. Look more into it yourself. Some of these are really, really impressive, to say the least. And some of them have some very good followings, and they're very active. So, by all means, take a look into some of these. It's very, very worth looking into. And again, that was just for the metaverse. Again, there's gaming, tons of gaming for the Cardano ecosystem that you see right here. Of course, a lot of it is focused on NFTs, but some aren't, right? And you're welcome, of course, to take a deeper dive into that, even for social media, and of course, last but not least, the lending and borrowing. I'm not going to really mention some of these things because I look at more like, it's just great for, of course, devs and whatnot. We're retail investors, let's face it. But it just goes on and on and on. I mean, it's crazy. Heck, they even have meme coins, right? That's still your thing. Not my thing anymore, but that's okay. I get it. So I just thought I'd share that with you guys in regards to their ecosystem, what they got going on. I'm sure Mike Cornwell might have a little bit more info too. And if he wants to drop that, we'll get back to that. But yeah, it's nice to see that there's a little bit going on right now in this bear market for the likes of Cardano. So without further ado, let's go ahead and kick it back into the comments just to recognize the community, see if there's any questions, comments, and so on since I last read. And then we'll go from there to the next segment. I know we don't have quite a lot of people watching right now. It's pretty low. Like, it's to be expected because it's Labor Day weekend. And let's see, Brian Dowie says world famous for sure, Max. Yeah, right. I wish. Well, I don't know. You know, I always said to myself, if I became, you know, like, there's positives and negatives. Like, you know, imagine for like a top Hollywood movie star or something like that. You know, you want to have some sense of privacy, right? Jetpack Joe 229, sorry for wasting y'all time. Thanks and peace. I don't know what that's all about, but okay. Tim Shea, Cardano has such a huge ecosystem. Yeah, absolutely. And it's just one of those ones. It's like eventually it just makes sense that it will take off. You know, you look at the head of Cardano, you know, Charles Hoskinson. He's the most brilliant man out there, to say the least. Jetpack Joe 229, Kusama will be a monster, I believe. Yeah, and some people actually mine it. I don't recommend anybody using their ASIC miner to mine Kusama. If you're on the fence of doing that, you should really consider Ethereum Classic instead. Just throwing that out there. Legrand Commission, hello everyone. Hello Legrand. Burned by Saitama. How do you feel about Volt Inu Tier 1 listing? That's great. It's been pumping. I think they were last up about 25 to 29%. That's big for, you know, Volt. I saw on my watch list the Volt Inu V2 was, yeah, about 25 to 29%. That's great. Glad to see it. So that's pretty much how I feel about it. Mitch Adonis says, hey, what's up? Thank you for that. Wow, you look like what's his name, Adonis Creed from like the show. So that's Creed 1 and 2. I guess they're gonna make a 3. So you're pretty ripped, man. Congratulations on being fit. I know that I'm not too fit nowadays, but I need to get healthier, that's for sure. All right. Jetpack Joe, find cryptos that have a network and connect the dots. Yes. Just type in network on your Nano Ledger market section and scroll through and do research. Each crypto on there will be worth something or else it wouldn't be shown. Okay. All right, makes sense. Let's see. Jetpack Joe, AI will be the new fourth industrial revolution with robots. The Jetsons made robot. Okay. Wow, AI and robots are the only thing that will balance out inflation and the only things that the economy that don't experience recession. All right. Brian Dowie, I was talking about the back scratcher, bro. Oh, my bad. Well, maybe. I don't know. Now that you mention it, made me all of a sudden have an itchy back. Isn't that weird how that works? The Humpty Dance is your chance. Baby. Anyway, yo, are we live? Hello, yo, Ricky. Yeah, we are. What's up, fam? All right. Let's see. Mr. Lambo's Crypto Talk. What's up, CTN fam? Wish love and respect. Getting some Chinese heading home. Oh, nice. Yeah, Chinese is always good. Jeff Pruden, aka the Handsome One 350Z, aka whoa. When we get rich, Max, me and you can get into Spartan's 300 fit bodies, exercising and eating healthy every day will be fun. Yeah, well, we'll be doing a lot of different things when we're very wealthy, right? Yep. Mr. Lambos, asked him how's it going. I just wanted to say your name. That's just pretty much all it is. Just like saying Mr. Lambos. Can you imagine if I went to a New Orleans Cajun style place I'll be like, yeah, I'm enjoying some shrimp gumbo with my man, Mr. Lambo. Anyway, I know. Oh, God. Here's Max going. Never mind. Anyway. All right. Let's see. You guys saying what's up to each other? Crypto Talk now. VR entertainment only. Max, great show so far. We've been watching in VR and commentating. What's commentating mean? I just came up with a new word. Commentating. Commenting is not as easy for me in there as it is on the computer. Thanks for the Cardano ecosystem information. Great stuff. Thanks. Yeah, maybe at some point, like, let's just be real, guys. Let's be real, right? You know when everyone's going to talk about Cardano? You know when everybody's going to talk about Cardano? When Cardano is trending. When Cardano is to the moon and beyond. But not really so much right now. But the reality is we should probably be talking about right now because these are the prices where one would want to get in, right? Not when it's like $5 a coin in the future, down the road, way down the road. But you know what I mean. All right. Mr. Lambo's Crypto Talk. Is it true Mexi started the burns? That's what I heard. I haven't had confirmation on that, but that is what I also heard. That is the word on the crypto street. Or if you're like Crypto Winner, it could be like, yo, Max, that's what I heard down. I was cruising down, Fifth Avenue. I was talking to Raekwon. He was like, yo, Crypto Winner, this is what's going down. Max C started the burn. I was like, yo, I'm going to DCA. I'm going to short my Bitcoin from the slums of Shaolin. Wu-Tang Clan strikes. All right. Sorry. All right. Hump not dump. Guys, I'm going to DCA today I literally call it. I knew he was going to DCA. I knew you were going to mention the word DCA. You should get a shirt that says DCA. You're cruising down, because if you guys haven't seen it, it's actually pretty interesting. You want to see Crypto Winner, aka Hump Not Dump, with his cam that he has on his motorcycle late at night, going through the streets of New York, delivering whatever. It's like he's on an adventure every single time he gets paid for it. It's interesting. It really is. It's like he'll cruise by some areas that like, wow, I recognize that. I recognize that. That's fun stuff. We have a good time on the Discord. If you haven't done it yet, join us. It's a good time. And you know what? We don't try to step on each other's toes or anything. It's just, it's friends, it's community. We talk about crypto. We talk about life, all sorts of stuff. So if you haven't done so already, do it. And if you're on the fence, do it anyway. Okay? Sounds good. All right. Guys, I'm going to DCA today, trying to get as much as I can before the end of this month. Yeah. That's the way I feel about it too. Absolutely. Hump not dump. Big facts, Max. ADA I'm buying tonight. Well, at these prices, I can't really blame you. I already have, a pretty big bag of it, and I don't know. I just don't feel like getting a second bag. And the sad thing is this. I should want to get a second bag, right? But the problem is my back is itchy. No. The problem is that it's just something about Cardano, when it's not exciting you don't really want to get it. But when something excites you, like Luna Classic, right? Then that's why let's face it, all of us are getting multiple bags. And that's just the way it is with everything in crypto. All right. Hump Not Dump and Sand. Yep. La Grande Commission. Oui. All right. Luna Classic been consolidating for the last 3 days. In my opinion, it's going to pump hard when it comes out consolidated. I couldn't agree more. Guys, he's absolutely right. For all you guys who are like, I want Moon now. I want a Moonshot now. It don't work that way. It never works that way. There's no crypto where it works that way. I'm wrong about that. You want to know what cryptos work that way? I'll tell you which ones work that way. This is not me trying to act like a hotshot. I'm just going to be real with you. The ones that work that way, you stay the hell away from those. Those are the pump pump and dumps or the rug pulls. They go all the way to the top and they go all the way down. You want a good, healthy crypto project that's going to have sideways consolidation for a few days or a week. Or like Shiba Inu last year, literally saw it for 5 to 6 months and then, oh my goodness. Right? I showed you some of you guys my portfolio where it blew off when we went into the real bull run, right? I'm telling you guys, when we get back into a real bull run, some of you guys experienced it, so I'm not preaching to the choir, but that's what I'm talking about. Consolidation's good. Consolidation is not just good, it's great. You want that because that means you have a healthy asset. And without that, you don't really have a healthy asset. So we see that in Luna Classic. That's a good thing. Thank you for pointing that out. Great input from our beloved pastor, aka who? La Grande Commission. Oui. All right, let's get back to where his comment was, because I lost my place all of a sudden. Oh my goodness. Way down. Way down. Like James Brown. Out of town on Greyhound. All right, hold on. Let me see. I gotta look for LeGrand. All right, there we go. Jeff Prudent. We did have an amazing show last night. He's got this. He got the shades. He's got the 100%, and he's on fire. 100%. Money to be made. Discord link in the YouTube description. There's money, and he's dropping the hundreds. There's really not money in the Discord, so I'm sorry. Get excited. It's crypto talk now. Wow, that didn't sound right. Tonight, we are going to be going live in the Aftershock, and Hump will be breaking down crypto basics. Okay. My voice is changing again. This is not good. Maybe it's good. I don't know. All right. Hump not dump. I called it yesterday to put a long when we hit the 0.00021. Oh my gosh. Hey, so I need to drink something. Who's getting paid so far? Oh no, it's happening again. I'm not even trying to sound like that. I don't have nothing to drink. Oh boy, I'm gonna have to grind it out. Legrand Commission, what's up, Edward? Legrand Commission, what's up, Edward? The handsome one, 350Z. There's a crypto called Fly. It has a super drop from its high. Could it be the next recovery zombie coin? Oh my goodness! Hold on, I gotta clear my throat. I sound like I'm like living right next to Crypto Winner. Hold on. All right, I think I'm back. Sorta. Jeez. Get excited. It's Crypto Talk now. Typing with my headset on is difficult. LOL, my apologies. My man Ed V. All right. Hold on. Calvin, good to see you. If the ETH merge experiences a delay, what impact do you see the overall crypto market? Are there any coins that might benefit? Thanks, Max. Yeah, absolutely. There's going to be coin. I'll tell you one. Right out, you want to know what it is? I think some of these guys can answer it for me. So the one it's going to be is definitely Ethereum Classic. So that's the standout one. And that's why I said a few days ago, I felt as though I need to get like at least maybe a couple small handfuls of Ethereum Classic. You may be like, well, why small handful? Well, because it's not exactly like, cheap compared to like getting into like XDC at 3.5 cents or Luna Classic for pennies on the dollar, right? So yeah, it's sitting at about 35, anywhere from 35 to 38 bucks, coin. But yeah, that's the given right there. Raven coin. I know you guys are like, what the heck? That was a curveball. Yeah, Raven coin. The reason why I say that too is because there are some people that don't have the ASIC miners, but they have some other miners in which they rather just get into the likes of Raven coin for. That's one thing I've been seeing lately. And even some people with the ASIC miners are just jumping to that without even doing the research. That's a fact too. I don't know what they're doing, but yeah, it's Ravencoin. There's a few other ones. There's never not much going on with Ravencoin, but yeah. To answer your question, Ethereum Classic would be probably the top one, and that's not me just pulling something out of my hat and just being like, oh, I'm saying that just to say that and sound cool. We have data that back that up. We've done recorded videos that back that up. You can find data anywhere that will back that up. And of course, there's some other ones, but yeah, there you go. Hopefully I answered that question. Get excited. It's Crypto Talk now. Hump check Discord for after show plans to see if you're cool with those topics. Why wouldn't he be cool with those topics? What is he going to say? Yeah, listen here, you Edward Vincent. Go back to Jersey, you ball. No, I'm playing. Right. La Grande Commission. You Mafia Max. No, I'm not. Brian Dowie. Pause and grab a Coke Max. Yeah, I got to grind it out. Got to grind it. Thank you. I don't know why that happens. It happened yesterday. It was bad. I wasn't even trying. If you were here yesterday, it was gone. Freaking sound like I was Crypto Winner's next door neighbor. No, I'm sorry. Did I say neighbor? What I meant to say was next door neighbor. There we go. Is anyone bullish on customer token? Oh, I know what you're talking about. The you know what star? The Cummies. Yeah, let's face it, there are some adult-rated cryptos out there that do well. Look more into. I don't want to say too much on the show, in fear of YouTube getting offended, right? Yeah. We want cancel culture on our show or nothing, right? Pepe Le Pew is rolling in his grave. Pump not dump. Blank star token is a blank rated blank token. Humpty, that one is a sticky mess. Oh, great pun. Tim Shea with the pun. Brown chicken, brown cow. Tim Shea, the new face of brown chicken, brown cow token in a land nearby. One man, one sticky mess. Tim Shea, rated XXX, or actually rated NC-17, in selected theaters December 31st, 2022, in LA, in New York, in 2 weeks. One man, one mission. Tim Shea. All right, enough of that. All right, La Grande Commission. You sounded like what? Mobbed up Max? Oh, okay. Crypto Mike. Sorry about that. Brian Dowie. Yeah. Crypto Mike. Jupiter may be getting ready to blast off. Okay. Don't know about Jupiter, my friend. I have to look into that one. All right. You guys ready kicking into the next segment? All 16 of us? Let's do it. The Simp Coin on Sol airdrop coming soon. Okay. All right, let's kick it into the next segment. So let's see. Are you guys finally ready to talk about some Luna Classic? Because I am. I should have talked about it first, but I didn't have it in my order list. And I was also hoping that more people would have been here by now, but that's all right. Maybe the algorithm will be like, oh, he's showing Luna Classic, and then now people show up. We'll see. This is a test of the algorithm. Let's see if it works. All right, Terra Luna Classic outperforms Bitcoin and Ethereum over the last 30 days. How do you like them apples, guys? Outperforms Bitcoin and Ethereum. Yeah, raise the freaking roof on that one, right? All right, so this comes straight from bncrypto.com. In brief, here's some of the highlights. Terra Luna Classic is one of the best performing digital assets in the last 4 months. You're darn right it is, especially this bear market. The community has introduced various burn mechanisms to reduce its circulating supply, to say the least. The community is working on returning the coin to previous heights. Oh, yeah. If that don't get you exciting, nothing will. Top crypto exchanges without KYC. You could read about that now if you want. It's going to link you to somewhere else. But after we're done, mention some of the highlights. If you want to look more into that, it's worthy to look into it. Of course, I'm going to give you the given, right? KuCoin. Anyway. All right. So here we go. So Luna Classic has enjoyed a bit of renaissance in the past week as its value saw a significant rise after induction of the 1.2% burn tax on all swaps. So if you haven't turned on any crypto in a while, you're that one guy, you're just coming back into it. If you remember hearing about these proposals, well, the proposals are basically implemented. And it's happening. And it's happening well. Millionaires were made within this last week, depending on their position. Some of us, even the ones that didn't buy much, we're in the green. And that's great. That's super great. So it says the token trade is high as 0.00031131 during the week before losing some of the gains. At the press time, it is trading at 0.002604. Well, it's actually more than that. So we're actually going to pull it up for a second. And here it is. And you know what? It's having an okay pump. I mean, we've seen way better, right? Why is this not on my favorites? That got removed somehow. Oh, it's because I'm not logged in. Okay, whatever. All right, I can log in later. But nonetheless, yeah, 9.43%. Went down just a tad. Volume is currently down. Market cap went up 8.72%, but we saw it higher than that. All these things worthy to mention, right? So there's more. Regardless of this, Luna Classic is one of the best performing cryptocurrencies in the prevailing bear market. Absolutely. Since its historical implosion in May, the asset has risen over 25,000% during the last 4 months. When you compare that to other ones out there, there's not many that can say that. The only one that you can really, really do a lot of bragging, and of course it's not during the last 4 months. I mean, it would technically be all time. But this is the comparing I want to do. Shiba Inu. Okay. All time for Shiba Inu plus 857,853%. Now, again, this is all time, and of course with Luna Classic, that's 4 months. But the point I want to make is this. Compare last year to compare it to now. Last year, Shiba Inu around this time was approaching all-time highs. We're like roughly like 2 months away from its all-time highs. My point I'm trying to make is this is still a bear market. Luna Classic stands out, increases 25,000% they said? Yeah, 25,000% in the bear market. And what is the most passionate community right now? Well, there's still a lot of passionate people, and like myself, I'm a big fan of SHIB, and probably will always be because of how it personally affected me. But what I'm trying to say here is there's so much supply and demand for Shiba Inu, especially during that time. And there still is, but the main, most standout trending one is definitely Luna Classic. When we look at some of the rankings of what's trending, like it will mention SHIB like maybe number 2. Luna Classic takes the cake at number 1. So there's the supply and there is the demand. But the great thing is there is potentially even more awesome things that could happen for Luna Classic, to say the least. So I just wanted to point out, that comparing, if you will, because sometimes some people just need to see it. They need to see how significant that is. 25,000% during the last 4 months. My God, that's just awesome. So in the last 30 days alone, Luna Classic is up 160.5% and almost by 200% in the last 14 days. In context, again, when I talked earlier on the show at the very beginning when I do comparing and contrasting, why not? So for context, Bitcoin has shed over 13% of its value during the last 30 days, while Ethereum has lost 4% despite the enthusiasm. The enthusiasm surrounding the merge. Terra community wants to revive the ecosystem. Well, yeah. But listen to this. The original Luna token saw its volume reach 7 trillion after the collapse of the Terra ecosystem. The token inflation eventually led to the collapse of its value of over $80 to less than a cent. Since then, the developers have handed the blockchain governance to the community, who are now looking to redeem the cryptocurrency. Now, this is from Luna Classic Validator. Some of you guys follow this. I believe I do. Breaking. Are you ready for the proposed 1.2% tax burn parameter change? This could burn the whole Terra family. Retweet if you want the burn to happen. Proposal for the 1.2% parameter change is this right here. Shout out to EK826. In summary, I will blow this up actually. In summary, this proposal initiates the tax for all on-chain transactions as first described in Proposal 3568 for the 1.2% burn and Proposal 4159 distribution of V22. Taxes will be charged and burned for on-chain activities such as sending between wallets and smart contracts that interact with the chain. This parameter change cannot enforce taxes on off-chain activity like trading on CEXs, aka centralized exchanges. However, depending on the mechanisms that these trading exchanges use, such as moving from hot to cold wallets, that activity can and will be taxed and burned. There are many implications to this tax, both technically and economically. We would like the community to be fully aware of these pros/cons before deciding to move forward. Again, like I mentioned, we're doing a lot of comparing and contrasting on today's show. Technical description. In accordance, I should say, with Terra governance, this proposal is being created to change the tax parameter from its current value of 0 to 0.12, which is aka 1.2%. Tax would be applied to all currency denominations currently available on chain, including Luna and UST. So there's that. Now, before we wrap it up on this important news piece, it says that before the new 1.2% burn mechanism, the existing burn rate has already led to the removal of over 3 billion tokens from circulation. Now, you may have the attitude, well, that's nothing, but it is something, because eventually we'll get to the goals that we want to achieve. Additionally, the staking mechanism on Terra has aided the price rebound for the token. The staking ratio was 2.6% of the total supply on August 27th. Guys, that was only not even a full week ago, right? But it has now reached 7.5%. Of course, there's more. Shout out to, of course, at Luna Classic Staking _bot. Supply and staking of Luna Classic. Supply 6.9 trillion staked. The bonded amount is 474 billion. Unbonded 46 billion. Staking ratio 7.540%. Bonded at 6.871%. And of course, this was posted as of yesterday. So there you have it on that. Now, this is the last segment as far as Luna Classic goes, and we'll have a little bit more a little bit later as far as some potentially important tweets that I want to point out. Unless for whatever reason it just disappears. So I usually have it on lock for the screen, but sometimes if I don't, it just goes up and I lose it. So I do apologize. But it states the 37% APY staking rewards, it's not 37% APY staking rewards are the major factor attracting more stakers. But these high returns bear similarities to unstable yields that caused the collapse of the original ecosystem. That is something to really maybe worry about. Because at the end of the day, if it has any hint of what originally happened with the likes of Anchor Protocol, where more was going out instead of what was coming in, then it's like, God, I hope there's somebody from the Terra Rebels who's recognizing that. Now, do I feel as though that is the case where if we get into trouble, somebody there will recognize it? Yes, absolutely. If I had to put all my hope in the likes of a Do Kwon, then we'd be really, really in trouble. That's a whole other story itself. So then there's this. Nevertheless, many are enthusiastic about the new burn mechanism. Yeah, we all are. Which will go live on September 12th. Again, guys, if you haven't heard, September 12th is the big day. A lot of us are going to be watching it very closely. We get it, right? But we want consolidation leading up to that. We're going to have a little bit of few pumps here and there. But we want good, steady consolidation like Legrand mentioned. It will apply to swaps on-chain and exchanges such as Binance and KuCoin. Hate to act like a kid, but yeah, yay, right? Yay. Once the burn mechanisms kicks in, it could result in the burn of almost half the supply within a few months. Now, I want to state this for record, okay? I'm not a fortune teller, as you guys know. I'm just a guy who likes to read, okay? And I like to provide news to you guys. We're thankful for a community and so on. But I will say for the record, please don't take this as financial advice because it's not. But this is where you get a lot of influencers, and I'm not speaking bad on it. I mean, I think it's good. But this is why a lot of quote unquote, bigger top influencers, whatever you want to call them, come up with these statements of $100+ dollars. What is Max talking about? This is what I'm talking about. Okay. Once the burn mechanism kicks in, it could result in the burn of almost half the supply within a few months. Now, I get it. We're talking about this is how we get to a penny and higher. True. But for them, they believe that this is where we not only get to that sooner than we originally thought, but we get to there where we're way past that, like $1, crazy stuff. This is what they're referring to also. And there's other things, of course, that they have stated on why we get there as well. But I just want to point some of this out. Am I stating that within the next few months we get to $100? No, of course not. I would never state that. But this is, of course, what excites those quote-unquote big influencers, where they take a giant leap and then tell you how we get to $100+ dollars. And you guys seen their videos and so on. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm saying this is the pathway, if you will, to why they feel that way. And I guess you could say how we basically do it. Now, I, of course, stated, and Mike Cornwell has stated, there's a big worry and that needs to be addressed about the whole thing of dead wallets and, lost seed phrases, et cetera, et cetera. It could be anywhere from 1% to 2%, maybe as high as 4 or 5%. That's other stuff. But again, I just wanted to point that out. So it says, however, there are a lot of variables that would influence how effective the burn mechanisms would be, and that's very well true. Now that is it in regards to this particular article from Being Crypto, and I thought it was very well put together. It was hot off the press right before the show. I wanted to show it to you guys. Hopefully you appreciate it. Before we kick into the next part of Luna Classic, I'm going to kick it back to our community, and let's see what you guys have to say. And I'm gonna get to the last comment. Before I do so, though, I'm going to see if I missed anything, just in case there was a super chat or something, because I feel bad when that happens. And there wasn't. That's fine. All right. The simp coin on... So, okay, I mentioned that before. My bad. Mike Cornwell, a.k.a. Crypto Mike. Let's all take a moment and let's go... I don't know what that means. Sorry. Menelik says, hello, Menelik. Always looking really, really sharp. Luna Classic. Luna is classic. Guys, don't forget to subscribe to the CTN Spanish channel for a chance to win some NFTs. Remember, videos are in English also. Thanks. Yeah, thank you, Legrand. You know what? Let's take a moment just to share that real quick. I'll pull it up on a tab. Let me see. Let me see. So I'm gonna pull up I'm gonna pull up Hablamos Crypto Ahora. All right. Page isn't available right now. What? Why wouldn't it be available? That's weird. Says it again. All right, hold on. Got chopped off for some reason in the description. I don't know why YouTube does that. All right, that's okay. So I'm going to share this. All right, guys, there it is. Hablamos Crypto Ahora. Approaching 600 subs. They have more subs than my Maximus Crypto. How about that? So shout out to Legrand and everybody else that helps out with that. And if you guys aren't subscribed to the other one, I'll show that as well. And it's Crypto Talk Now VR. Help us out on that if you don't mind. Let's see. Almost got that one. There we go. And here we are. Crypto Talk Now VR, entertainment only. Only had 26 subscribers. That's new. It's growing. Help them out. Help us out. Them out. Community. It's just, a few videos to say the least. Let's see here. One did pretty well recently. It says when Shib Lambo, 232 views about 6 days ago. Take a look into that, you guys. Especially if you use VR, why wouldn't you want to do that? All right. So thank you for that. Legrand says, here's the link. And thank you. I already showed you guys, but there's the link. Let's go, Legrand. Crypto Talk Now VR. Y'all check out the crypto. Yeah, I just said it. Thank you. See, I beat you to it, huh? Anyway. Number 10 in marbles. Yes. Let's see. You guys are thanking Legrand. Are we at 1 trillion yet for Luna Classic? I don't know. It's a good question. Hump not dunk. Hump not dunk. Yeah, dunking on the crypto. Okay. The only stock that has been making money since 1979 is Lazy Boy with Soldier's Boy. Voice Lazy Boy. Yeah. That's funny. Crypto Mike, share the stream. I hate that my phone doesn't autocorrect on YouTube. I'm not done. Where the heck is Ricky? He was buying a bunch of that sticky, as in that token you were talking about earlier. Oh, that's a bad run. Legrand Commission, one of Luna Classic videos was pumping. Blue Whale Ricky, Luna Classic is dumping. And wait, Legrand Commission. Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's get into the next parts that I want to show. There is 2 more segments left, and then after that, we'll probably cut off the show. So we're going to show you the last part in regards to Luna Classic, and we'll go from there. But I'll read this real quick. Who's coming in? 0.75. I'm going to do it that way. All right, 0.75 in September, November, 0.50% in December, 0.25% to finish the year under 4% interest rate hike. Expect 1 or 2 more rate hikes next year. Yeah, well, that was kind of like, man, I think I got hit in the rib earlier. Ugh. Kind of killing me right now. Ugh. All right. Here we go. Let me share this. What in the world? Some weird message came up. Oh, that's it. Okay. Here we go. Window. Here we go. All right. My bad. Not 2 more, 3 more. So, this isn't Luna Classic related, but this is shout out to Crypto Talk Now network reporter Tim Shea. From the Watcher Guru post, shout out, of course, to Tim Shea. Thank you very much for this info. Just in, I should say just in. This was 3:03 a.m., but nonetheless, it says just in, Polygon has flipped DAI to become the 12th largest cryptocurrency in the world by market value. That's awesome. That is really awesome. So with that said, we're going to go to actually CMC. And let's take a look. Yep, it definitely did it, guys. Market cap's at 7.7 billion and it overtook DAI. That's pretty awesome, guys. Yep, right at number 12. It's just Matic. You know what? Matic is going to be up there. Going to be way up there. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Matic in the top 10 within the next couple months or so. It could very well happen, especially in a bull market, right? All right, awesome. Thank you for the news in regards to that. Tim Shea sharing the great news, to say the least. Now, we're going to kick it into the next segment, which is this. It's called Flux. Shout out to Tim Shea, who wanted me to look more into this, so I chose to go ahead and do that. Don't do it all the time, especially on the live. But I thought, you know what, today, why not? All right, so Flux, this is confirmed that this is the one you want me to look into. Sitting at $1.04, it's up 4.22%. It's approaching top 100. It's at 115. It is a coin. It mentions it right here. But I guess originally it was a token because it was on a contract with Ethereum. But nonetheless, I got to look more into it because if anything, they might have already gotten on their own blockchain. But that's besides the point. But it's worth mentioning. They do have a CertiK audit. And some of the things I want to point out is this. The market cap did increase, and it is confirmed, 4.22%, sitting at about 268,433,677. Volume is down about 50%. And then if you're wondering, I wasn't going to kick into this part yet, but we might as well since it shows it. You can get this at quite a few places. Binance, KuCoin, Gate.io. Don't recommend Gate.io if you're American. Most of you guys are. But you can get on Crypto.com exchange. I know a lot of you guys just use that, and that's about it. And of course, there's other ones, but those are some of the big players, obviously. As far as the overview, this is one of the main things I wanted to point out. So, all time, this project's been around a while. So this is not some fly-by-night piece of junk. Been around since 2018. All right, and really saw a lot happen in 2021, like a lot of projects, right? So you really saw it rise to then first significant all-time highs. Well, hold on, let me say something. I mean, if you want to count from 3 cents or as low as 2 cents to April is your first all-time highs, I guess you could, right? I mean, going from 4 cents to, let's face it, 26, that's pretty big, right? That's huge. Okay, and then from there, so from April to September to 43 cents, then just massive lift off, right? November, $2.77. Then the all-time highs were roughly around $3. Okay, and then as far as this time last year, I guess that was temporarily at $4.17. I mean, that could have been like for half a day or something like that. But it's safe to say that back in November, we saw it at a little over $3. All right. So what is this all about? Is basically what you should be asking. Like, what's Flux? I never heard of Flux. Some of you guys might have. Obviously, Tim Shea has. So what is Flux and what is it all about? Well, let me just get into it in just a bit. I wanted to click on more info. Great. So listen to this. There's not a lot of holders. Now, this could, there's some cryptos out there where it's not highlighted, like they don't quite have it properly updated. But for the most part, CMC does a good job of updating the holder statistics. But giving them the benefit of the doubt, it only shows that there's 2,000 holders. So if you think about this, if there was widespread adoption for this, this can actually be pretty huge, right? Because that's just a given. More holders, more adoption. You know the drill. All right. So when we go to the actual website, here it is right here. It says Flux, decentralized cloud infrastructure, decentralized Web3, the next generation computational network. Flux is the new generation of scalable, decentralized cloud infrastructure. Simple, develop, manage, and spawn your applications on multiple servers at once. Ready for Web3, decentralized apps, and more. So, for instance, like they have a mining initiative. There's decentralized apps, but for me personally, when I see like the terms of, like it says right here, the new generation of scalable, decentralized cloud infrastructure, I'm thinking, okay, being able to have a lot of space, storage, for, various different things, right? Applications, you name it, right? And then of course tied into crypto, all right? So when we look at more into it, like it says trusted by partners, so some big names here to say the least. Kadena, of course, is tied into crypto. NVIDIA, my video cards are made by NVIDIA. I have a NVIDIA GTX 1080, which is not exactly the greatest thing anymore, but at one point it was. Heck, I could use one of my other GTX 1080 or 1070 cards for mining. Do I want to do that? No. Why? Because I have AC problems, as you guys know. It's doing okay now, but this room is going to get really hot whether I like it or not, and it's just not worth it in this market for me to mine. Might be worth it to you, and also depends on a lot of other things. So anyway, my point is, that's a big name, right? NVIDIA. And there's a lot more to it, right? Like they have an ecosystem. It says Flux's revolutionary second layer operating system that is the heart of Flux. I'm actually going to click on that, and I want to show you guys something here. No, this is not an AMA, but what's the name of the show? DYOR with Max. Do your own research with Max. This is us doing research. So it mentions Flux OS leading the Web3 revolution. App creators, blockchain builders, web designers, and any type of developer can Dockerize. That's a mouthful, right? Their innovations and easily deploy them on reliable, scalable, decentralized infrastructure. I'm gonna be honest. I never heard of the term Dockerize. So what am I gonna do? Well, I'm gonna go and actually find out what the heck that means. Dockerize? At the end of the day, I don't know everything, and neither do you. So what does Dockerize mean? Well, it says Dockerizing is the process of packing, deploying, and running applications using Docker containers as you wear your Docker pants. Oh, that was horrible. I know. All right. Docker in an open source tool that ships your application with all the necessary functionalities as one package. Okay, interesting. Process of packing, deploying, and running applications using Docker containers. Oh, I like that. So, when I have if you ever had a networking background, like you think of how TCP/IP works and stuff like that, and you think of like back in the old days of the 90s. I know it sounds crazy saying the old days, but from an internet perspective. So long before there was actual cable internet, a lot of us used what? I hate to say a lot of us used dial-up, but for the cool guys who spent some extra money, we got ourselves some DSL, right? Digital service line. And basically all it really was is high-speed dial-up, right? But the point was those packets, it's data. And data is packaged in what is referred to as these packet files. So when I see this term, Dockerizing is the process of packing, deploying, and running applications using a Docker containers, I think of that visualization, but from this perspective. So I like learning that. We should learn new things. And so basically that's what Dockerizing is. Okay, now that we know that, let's hop back to the actual site. So it mentions that Dockerize their innovations and easily deploy them on reliable, scalable, decentralized infrastructure. Okay, sounds good. Well, you'll see certain terms here like the details, the dev docs, and of course they have this thing about the the OS as an operating system. So it says apply to Flux OS. Flux OS is a revolutionary second layer operating system / application that applies hardened Dockerized apps to run on Flux's fully decentralized operational network. What does this kind of remind you of in a way? Sorta, not completely. Quant, right? So Quant, is the blockchain operating system, especially for not just the ISOs, but like what they have going on in what? Come on, you guys. I know you know. Web3. Anyway, so my point is like there's a Web3 connection here. And so I'm going to click on this. So we go here. And, if you know a little bit about nodes and so on, this might be right up your alley. If you don't, that's fine. But it gives you an idea of like how this all works. I don't know if they have a test net that you can do, but you can take a deeper dive into this, to say the least. Now, when I go back to the actual site, hold on a second, I see other things. And if anything, what I want to mainly see is the About page. And I swore I had it before, and I apologize because I was kind of freshly new to this when Tim Shea brought it to me. I don't have it, so dang it. I do apologize for that, but just see if I do Control F. Hold on. Control F, be my friend. Let's see. Applications running on Flux OS. Simplified decentralized cloud infrastructures, as we know, is what Flux OS stands for. Flux Network Computational Power is giving you the liberty, not library, to not worry about your infrastructure. Focus on your development and leave the infrastructure work to us. And it shows what's connected to that. Kadena, for instance, some of these other ones. Polkadot, right? Is this Netflix, really? Let me see. No, I don't think so. Knitter. Okay, my bad. I was gonna say, really Netflix? But apparently there's a lot of things that they have going on as far as what they want to build in Web3. I mean, all these mentions of these decentralized apps, what is just here, scalable, decentralized computational network, the enterprise grade, or what's scalable. Heck, it even has this thing for the rewards. I would hope so, because when I saw the whole mention of the node operators and so on, that spelled, rewards. Because, if you could mine something, the reward is what you mine. That's just a given. And then, of course, if you become like a node validator, I think of, for instance, the likes of Helium, right? People that, applied for that. And it's very, very expensive, but you can make a ton of money per month. And people basically, they open up pools, investor pools, if you will. And then they become like node validators, and they make bank. They don't make just a little bit. They're like a freaking bank. All right. So it shows, I guess, some of the hot areas around the world that they're at. And we can look a little bit more into this. But it says Flux is the gateway to blockchain. And it says Flux is the cryptocurrency that powers the Flux ecosystem and is used for purchasing resources, collateralizing nodes, and fueling transactions on Flux OS, rewarding both miners for validating transactions and Flux node operators for providing computational resources. And if anything, this is why, of course, it mentions, now we have our answer. Our answer is why this is a coin. Well, it's because it's clear that they now have a ecosystem. So now it's clear that when they first started, they were technically on an Ethereum contract. Was that ERC? Most likely. I don't know. But I'm leaning towards that. And there's nothing wrong with that. Heck, Quant was originally an ERC. Look how modified that's been. Like literally 90+%. So don't ever let things like that steer you away from anything. It just seems like there's a lot going on with this, right? And we will look more further into it when we can. Is this me recommending to get into it? No, it's not. But if anything, it's a hell of a lot higher quality project compared to other things out there. It looks like there is a full white paper. Let's check it out. Any decent sized white paper will be at least 20 pages plus. Light papers are a condensed version of that, if you didn't happen to know that. Let's pull it up. So they got about 19 pages. Okay, like I mentioned, 20 pages is pretty much like the bare minimum. They might have it written a little bit smaller, so you know, good benefit of doubt on that. There's a lot to it. Here's some of the team. You actually see faces. You may say, well, are they real faces? I'm going to lean towards it is. If Crypto.com, Binance, KuCoin, they're on those, to me, that has a lot of credibility. That means it's been well vetted if it's on those. Anyway, going back a little bit. Hold on a second. Man, I can't believe I can't just get to where that about was. I was on a thing. It wasn't quite about, but that's okay. If we went to the Medium, I'm pretty sure it would show a lot about it. No, that's just recent posts. So we'll take more of a deeper dive into it. I do want to show real quick their Twitter. Hold on a second. Man, where is this? Some of the stuff I gotta get rid of. Here is their Twitter. 114,000 followers. Like it mentions, Web3, the first and largest Web3 decentralized computing network by individuals. I don't know about that, because a lot of people make that statement, but I think they're probably well up there, to say the least, right? Been around since January 2018. Doesn't look like they're going away. They have a cool 3D going right there. One of the highlights back on June 31st, it says, we are pleased to share that we have reached a fantastic milestone, 100 Flux locked supply. That's nice, right? We continue, I don't know how long that's locked. Again, you know, I'm fairly new to this, just like you guys. We continue to keep growing and expanding our computational network. Thank you for community support. Flux, current Flux locked, again, 100 million. Let me see this. 8 hours ago, there was some news. Runoff, hold on. Webmaster 3, it says, Runoff Flux has announced a strategic partnership with DApp Play Store app. Again, their focus, of course, is decentralized apps, right? Through the partnership, DApp Play Store community will be able to integrate their decentralized project with Flux Web3 and access them through DPS. More info on that particular medium. Here it is. And let's see what else. Just real quick. Content creators, of course, the ones that are focused on mining for their channels are covering it. This particular individual, he says, why I'm building a 7,500 mining rig at the end of Ethereum. Now, shout out to whoever, I think it was Calvin, if I'm not mistaken. So this should be an answer, third part of the answer. I gave you two answers. One was Ethereum Classic in regards to the whole thing about what's going to happen. Two, I think the other one I gave you was, I think it was Ravencoin or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. And without even getting more into it, I will say it is leaning towards this could be one of the third things. There's going to be a lot of demand for what happens on that delay for ETH as we know. I should say ETH. Well, yeah, ETH as we know, and then 2.0, not the official name. But whatever happens with that delay with Ethereum 2.0, you'll see a lot of these particular videos popping up. Because at the end of the day, if guys are into mining and that is their main source of income, then they need to find out which ones to get into that's going to provide them the highest reward or yield or whatever for their miner. Now, if I was to jump into this and watch this 16 or 17 minute long video without even getting too into it, I could almost guarantee that he's going to explain why he feels, right, that Flux is definitely one of the standout ones. I mean, literally says right here, Flux getting that Ethereum merge hash power. You're just talking about the Ethereum merge. So you can look more into it yourself, and other people here who are watching can look more into it yourself if that is something that you're into. And even if you're not into mining, recognize what crypto projects will have big significant pumps based on mining activity. You don't even have to be a miner to recognize when there's a lot of mining activity. How should I re-explain that? I'll make it more clear. As you guys know, as being a crypto investor, you follow what? You follow whale activity. Let me just state this. You need to also follow mining activity. And the reason why you want to follow mining activity is you can find out which crypto projects out there do very, very well as far as having like big pumps, all-time highs. It doesn't matter if it's just Ethereum Classic and so on. There's other ones, Ravencoin. Heck, apparently Flux might be one. So if we see a shift right after the 2.0 delay or even the merge or whatever, and Flux is one of the standout ones, like this guy, let's say he does the most amazing video explaining why Flux is like, oh man, look at the hash power in this, and look how much more efficient my miner is creating Flux. Then that creates what? Eyeballs on this particular project, because there's a huge demand for that particular thing. And when there's a huge demand with anything, with crypto, well, as you know, we have supply and demand. Then it starts trending. And when there's supply and demand in anything in crypto, you see pumps. So with that said, thank you and shout out to Tim Shea. You have turned me on to the likes of Flux, and I'm glad to add it to my favorites. I'm going to look more into it, and who knows, maybe at some point I'll actually invest in it. I will probably watch a video on this guy later to see what he has to say on it. If I end up being convinced that him and other people out there are all on board with Flux, well, instead of just getting a handful of like, you know, Ethereum Classic, maybe I'll just get a handful of Flux too. You get the point. Anyway, I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to kick it back to our community, read some comments. And I think there's one last segment we're going to cover before we wrap up the show. So with that said, let's see here. Let me double check to see if there's anything else that came in. No, there isn't. That's all right. All right. Crypto winner, what does this mean for us, guys? We are going to pump or dump. Let's see. Goodbye, Legrand Commission. I'll miss you. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you have a great Labor Day weekend. Tim Shea says Mag is a contender. Yeah. Selma Fudd with Crypto Talk Now. Going like that. Yep, absolutely. I saw your Tupac and Biggie picture you had up in your room or one of your rooms. It looked really, really cool. Now I understand why you are such a great, great at rhyming. You remember the greatest era of hip hop. In my opinion, 90s hip hop. So thank you for that. And always, I'm going to thank you for being around since day one, pretty much, Selma. Glad to be able to follow you, see some of the pictures that you posted. Seems like you have a great family, my friend. That is really, really awesome. Shout out to you and your family. Crypto Talk Now. Larry. Hey, Larry. Thank you, Max. Please hit the like button. Well, thank you, Larry. I hope you're getting better, man. I miss you. I need my co-host back. All right. Yeah, get well soon, my friend. But, take your time to get well. We understand. All right. Selma Fudd, who is more powerful, NATO or BRICS? Jeff Prune says NATO. Just guessing. Thanks, Max. The one and only Luna Classic, not financial advice. Crypto Talk Now VR. Dang it, get better, sir. All right, you know what? There's only 12 people here, but guess what? I'm not gonna disappoint. I'm still gonna provide the last part of the segment, believe it or not. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Thank you for that. Crypto Talk Now VR. Max, another fantastic show, sir. Says, thanks. I try to give a good show, whether we have 13 people like right now or 300 people, right? That's the way I look at it. So, with that said, let's go ahead and share the last part for the final segment of the show. And here we go. So it's Audius. All right, we briefly talked about this before. I did a video on my Maximus crypto a while back. If you haven't seen it, take a look into it. I go take a deep dive, to say the least. Currently ranked 125. This was in the top 100 at one point, especially during the last year's bull market at the end of 2021. Okay, and just to give you a heads up, within the last year, we saw as high as 369 and a low of 26 cents. Not too far from where we're at now, right? It has a confirmed market cap of 238 million. 24-hour volume is about 5 million. And let me show you something. So just like I mentioned before, so back in late March, we're roughly around $4, and it did fairly well from March to, I said last March, my bad, March 2021. So it started like, I don't know, I guess October 2020, saw all-time highs roughly late March 2021, and then just kind of had a healthy year for 2021 for the most part. Okay. And of course, just like the rest of the market, everything tanked. I feel as though that this one is a really great buying opportunity. A minimum of a 2x, and it's not financial advice because I can't officially do it. I'm just saying this is how I personally feel. I feel this is a minimum of a 2x, especially entering into a bull market. Kind of like what you saw with Filecoin, how it's consistently one of those ones that do well. I see Audius being one of those ones in which, like, if this was to drop to 25 cents, it would rebound to 50 cents in the bull market. If you're wondering what Audius is all about, I'll give you the quick gist real quick. I'll take you to the site. Here we go. Basically, Audius is the tokenization of artists, right? Like, from an independent point of view. Okay, so it says discover new and exclusive music, upload, share, and listen while earning audio token rewards. If you're familiar with the likes of Pandora, or familiar with like independent, independent radio or independent artists and what they're trying to do, then basically Audius is just that. Its ticker symbol is literally audio. Okay, you can actually get the app as we speak and use it for yourself on the Apple App Store, or you can get it on the Google Play Store, and you can play around with it and get an idea of it for yourself. If you ever, like for instance, you want something, as an alternate to your Pandora, Audius may very well be that. And how cool is it to have something that represents music, but also tied into crypto? Audius is basically your answer. Now, there's so much more to it. But, like they're also got Web3 going on. It says next generation Web3 streaming platform. Audius is a brand new streaming platform built for all musicians, not just those signed to labels. Build a fan base, share your works in progress, and then publish your completed tracks for all the world to hear, create, grow, monetize, all without the need to graduate off the platform or sign a record deal. So for instance, like you think of like, Spotify to a sense, but like more independent. And again, like Pandora, so on and so forth. My all-time favorite rapper, Nas. Look at that. We designed it with you in mind and with them by our side. Freaking Nas. How cool is that? Shout out to Nas. I cannot wait to go to a Nas concert, to be honest. I love Nas. Like I'll passionately listen to Nas. Some of you guys, of course, are fans of Deadmau5. Heck, there's Katy Perry's a huge name, right? Jason Derulo. I mean, you name it, right? And then, of course, there's other, independent artists who are not as well known. But Audius is one of those that is a really good standout one. It's the feature content. Check out the playlist we are listening to right now. There's just all sorts of things here for every type of person. Okay, Lofi, right? Jeff Pruden, remember you were talking about this the other day. You might want to look into this. Okay, Lofi. There you go. This is finally a modern streaming service designed with artists in mind. When, crypto adoption, when we get there, right? Like when we really, really get there, let's face it, when we get a bull market, everyone's going to be talking about crypto again. It's just a given. So I like to point out, even though there's only a few people here, that I'm going to stop sharing this. And that is this. When I just saw the super chat. I'll get to that in a second. Because I just want to not lose my train of thought. I will state this. Time and time again, you're going to see it. Whether it's tomorrow, next week, and so on. This is our community we're talking about. Whether it's here on the live or it's on Discord or whatever. We are a community. Crypto Talk Now Network community. We want to see our community thrive. I want us to thrive. You guys want to thrive. We all want to thrive. We will continuously put out the ones that we feel as though are going to be the ones in which we want to get maybe a bag of this, a bag of that. Yeah, I know it costs money, but as the saying goes, you got to have some money to make some money. So my thing is, I want to prepare for the bull market in any way I can. Yeah, I want to load up on Luna Classic, but guess what? I also want to diversify. Audius is one of those ones in which you may very well want to look into for a minimum of a 2x. To me, I will go on record and basically state that that's how I feel about it. Again, I'm not a fortune teller, but on a lot of them I have been right, and I'm not always right, and I'm just a human being. But Audius is one of those ones that makes sense, because look at it. And if you're more interested, by all means, look into their site, take a deeper dive for yourself, because at the end of the day, what's the name of the show? This segment is Do Your Own Research with Max. So with that said, I'm going to read the last couple comments, and that is Max P. Thanks for your great work, Max. Hit the like. Thank you for that. There's only 10 people left here, and that's fine. Thank you to the 10 that stuck around. And last but not least, Crypto Mike with the $5 super chat. He says, thanks, brother. Thank you too, brother. I really, really appreciate it. Shout out to your wife, April, your family, the whole Cornwell crew. And I will be with you guys shortly after the show, whoever wants to be on, just to say hello to our favorite. Yeah, favorite. How about that? Favorite and fellow brothers and sisters of our community. And if there's that one guy who's watching who never comments, if you guys want to join us, by all means do that. There's a description in the description for the Crypto Talk Now Network Discord. You can definitely come on there, and we would love to talk to you guys and gals, whether it's crypto or non-crypto related things. Just having a good time in general. So there's a few things I basically got to do, and then I should be on within 20 minutes to half an hour. Without further ado, we're going to go ahead and wrap up tonight's show. Thanks for joining us for Do Your Own Research with Max of Crypto Talk Now. I'm Max, aka Maximus. Thanks for joining us tonight. We'll see you tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific for more Crypto Talk Now. May you all have a blessed night, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye for now.
Says all Maxi users eligible for participation. Once the voting rate hits 50%, Maxi will utilize account trading fees of Luna from Luna USDT. That's all it says though. Oh my god, why is the mosquito so bad? Freaking mosquitoes, man. As soon as the damn rain comes one day, the mosquitoes are crazy. It says here, it says here, it says here. Man, why does this do this?